Please be seated. Parents, family, and friends, welcome and thank you for joining us today at Scavo High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2015. As we come to a close of this year at Scavo High School, it's a good time to look back at what we have accomplished in what seems like such a short period of time. This year has been a year of transitions. We have merged several schools, moved location at mid-year, and with any move, change, there's always difficulties, but successes. The graduates here today are examples of those successes. One piece of advice, focus on those successes, graduates. Continue moving in the direction that brings you joy and happiness. And as you graduates sit here today, some with the feeling of not knowing what your future holds, a quote that I always come back to and I think of this often is that always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Believe in yourselves, because you can do it. Next, I want to take a moment and recognize a few people. I'll begin by recognizing Annabelle Wonder and the Des Moines Women's Club for their continued support of Scavo High School. You make this day possible for our students. I also want to thank the Vince Scavo family for their continued support as well. On stage today, I'd also like to recognize Tom Ahart, Superintendent of Schools, School Board Member Rob Barron, School Improvement Leader Mike Cameron, one of our counselors, Jill Hartung, Senior Speaker Brenda Montano Hernandez, and our Commencement Speaker, Steve Siemens. So to begin our program today, we're going to start with Jill Hartung, our counselor at Scavo High School, who's going to present awards and scholarships to this year's graduating class. Jill.
Hello. Welcome today. I'd like to start off with presenting our valedictorian and our salutatorian. Our valedictorian for this year's class is Deshauna Edwards, and I'd like her to stand, please. Our salutatorian is Case Colwell, and he is not here today, but we are very happy for him too. At this time, what I would like to do is announce the winners of the Superintendent's Awards. What I'm going to have them do is they're going to stand up together as I announce their names, and then we'll hold our applause, if you would, until I've gotten through all of their names, and then we'll applaud for all of them. So for the Family and Consumer Science Award, Amanda Boatwright. For the Language Arts Award, Ashlyn Streed. For the Mathematics Award, Kaylee Plew. For the Physical Education Award, Deshaun Brown. For the Science Award, Daniel Bugarin. And for the Social Science Award, Omar Garcia. And the American Citizenship Award this year went to Zachary Hunt. Would you please give these students a round of applause for their wonderful... The next students that I am going to present are the students who won awards and scholarships, and they are going to do the same and be standing until I finish the list, and then if you would applaud at that time. The Dr. Pearl Jefferson Scholarship, or the Dr. J Scholarship, went to Leticia Marquez. The Sarah Klein Scholarship went to Kirsten Ruchty. The Pat Gantz Corpel Scholarship went to Naya Stewart. The Marie Nassif Math Scholarship went to Emily Fisher. The Prairie Meadows Scholarship went to Bailey Swackhammer. The James Rupnow Scholarship went to Henry Hannum. The Rotary Club Scholarship went to Bailey Swackhammer. The Vince C. Scavo Scholarship went to Nakiba Blair. And the Kimber Valenti Scholarship went to Kirsten Ruchty. Do you want me to present it? And now I would like to present to you the senior speaker for this year, Ms. Brenda Montano Hernandez.
Welcome 2015 graduates, families, community members, and teachers. I'm honored and excited to be your senior speaker for the graduating class of 2015. But before I continue, it's going to take a minute. Okay, I'm going to take a selfie. I want to thank everyone here present with us. I'd like to thank the daycare staff for the fun and safe environment they provide for our children. I'd like to thank Success for driving miles on end to help so many of us get to school and only wanting the best for us. I'd like to thank the Scavo community as a whole, the teachers, the staff, for not only giving us a second chance at success, but for caring a little more, for seeing beyond what other schools can't see. I'd like to say I didn't imagine myself graduating from Scavo. I thought I'd either graduate from North or return to Florida and graduate from Inglewood. Then I became 15 and pregnant, and I dropped out. Not because I was pregnant, but it was because I couldn't handle a normal classroom setting. During the time, I had time to think about my life. I needed to think about at least the next 18 years. I knew I wouldn't do better than a fast food job if I didn't get my diploma. I took the first step and called Scavo to make an appointment. At the time I enrolled, I was a sophomore with 0 credits. It was already halfway through the year. From my first day to the day I graduated, I faced so many obstacles. I took on a McDonald's job, worked 40 hours or more a week. I took driver's ed in the summertime. At one point, I even had 2 jobs. I also lost a dear friend that summer. Then I had a second child. My problem wasn't that I didn't get anything done while I was here at school. My problem was getting to school. I didn't have a car the majority of the time I attended Scavo. I rode the bus everywhere. I had my rough spots here and there, and I hit so many potholes along the road. I wanted to give up. My teachers couldn't do it for me, no matter how bad they wanted me not to look down. But I had to remind myself, you are not handed more than you can handle. So the days I made it here, I sat down and got it done. Life isn't easy. Don't let others tell you otherwise. You have to work hard and have determination to reach your goal. The day I finished my last class, I felt a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders. I can already see so many more doors of opportunity have opened up. I can now say, I did it. We did it. We personally proved so many wrong. We all have our own stories of success and how we have overcame obstacles. Be proud, fellow classmates. Remember, where you are from is not as important as where you are going. Behind those doors, there are thousands of opportunities. Don't wait to be invited. Create opportunities and get in the game. Whether it's college, a full-time job, or a part-time job, don't be scared. Don't just go home and think, well, now what? Your life isn't over. Your life is like a chapter book. This chapter is now finished. You are barely beginning to live. We must continue to move forward and make the best out of each day. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So let's go out there. We are the class of 2015. Power up.
If you're at the banquet on Wednesday, I get to continue to follow up those kind of speeches, and it's hard to do that, so nice job. Can we give Brenda a hand again, please? Next, I'd like to introduce our speaker this morning, Steve Siemens. Get ready to laugh. Enjoy the next few minutes because the People Builder is ready to share some thoughts with you. Steve Siemens has delighted hundreds of audiences in over 20 countries in every state in the United States. He is the author of 3 books. He has been labeled as one of the best professional speakers, and in a few minutes you'll understand why. You may be interested to know that community service is an essential part of Steve's life. He is a past international president of the Kiwanis International. His leadership of many boards includes chairmanships of the Iowa Easter Seals and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Steve has been awarded the CSP Certified Speaking Professional from the National Speakers Association. Only 10% of speakers worldwide have passed the rigorous criteria to attain the CSP. Get ready to enjoy his interactive, humorous, motivational style. You will benefit from his common sense, practical ideas, and relevant message. Please welcome the People Builder, Steve Siemens.
I fly anywhere between 200 and 300,000 miles a year. I had the roughest landing I've ever had in Dallas, Texas. The airplane came down and we hit the tarmac and we bounced 4 times. Now, I have 3.5 million miles behind my name. I'm not afraid to fly, but I honestly believe this was it. I was sitting next to a lady who was 93 years old. She walked with a cane, and I noticed that she was carrying a couple bags, and so I offered to carry the bags off the plane if she would like. She accepted the invitation. So we're walking down the aisle. She's walking with her cane. I am walking behind her carrying her bags. We get to the cockpit where the captain is standing apologizing for the landing. She stops in front of the captain. She takes her cane. She hooks him around the neck. She pulls his face right down into her face, and she said, "Did we land or were we shot down?" And up the jetway we went. And I told her that if she lived in Des Moines, Iowa, I'd have coffee with her every day, because most of the people getting off that plane wouldn't even look at the captain, talk to the captain, or acknowledge the captain, because they were so mad at that landing. One of the things the class of 2015 understands is you've had some rough landings. But today is not one of them. And for a few minutes, I want to encourage you to think about something that's really important in life, something that is very valuable in life, and something that I hope is very meaningful to you. I don't know that I or you were born to be the richest person in the world. I don't think that I was born to be the best athlete, and maybe you weren't as well. I know I wasn't born to be the smartest person in the world, and I probably will not be the person that has the greatest athletic ability. That might fit some of us in this room as well, but I know this. Every one of you were born to be brilliant. And even though you might not be the richest, and even though you might not be the smartest, and even though you might not be the best athlete, and even though you might not be the smartest, you were born to be brilliant. Isn't that right, parents? We have 3 children. All 3 of our kids grew up hearing me say every day of their life, I don't care what you choose to do with your life, I don't care what career path you follow, whatever it is, do it with excellence, enthusiasm, and passion. I don't care what it is, whatever you choose to do it with excellence, enthusiasm, and passion. Our youngest is a boy. Ever since he was a little boy, he wanted to go to the Army. Chris, what are you going to do when you grow up? I'm going to the Army. Chris, what are you going to do when you graduate? I'm going to the Army. He did exactly that. And while he was in the Army, he had to do a tour of duty in Bosnia. And if you are familiar with the military and you have to do a tour of duty, you have to come home and get your will in order and everything in order before you do that tour of duty. So he had come home to get everything in order. And as we were saying goodbye to each other, he puts his hands on my shoulders. He pulls my head right up to his face. And he said, "Dad, I just want you to know that I really, really love you. And I also want you to know that I'll die for you, and I'll die for America if I have to." And on September the 3rd, 1999, as I watched him drive down the driveway, I understood Christopher had gotten it. Chris, I don't care what you choose to do with your life. I don't care what career path you follow, but whatever it is, do it with excellence, enthusiasm, and passion. And in those words on that day, he said to me, "I got it. I'm not your dad. I'm not your boss. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a counselor. I'm a person that feels very honored to be able to come and share this day with you. And if I had the ability, I would wrap my arm around every one of us in this class and simply say, I don't care what you choose to do with your life. I don't care what career path you follow, but whatever it is, do it with excellence, enthusiasm, and passion." Excellence. You know what the word excellence means? Just doing it a little bit better tomorrow. It's not being perfect. It's not having everything in order. It's just getting up in the morning and doing it just a little bit better tomorrow. And I hope that your goal is that you do whatever you do in a way that you get up each day and you just want to do it a little bit better tomorrow. Enthusiasm? I'm not talking about the superficial, syrupy kind of fakey stuff that makes everybody sick. I'm talking about the simple fact that you have some teachers that really have believed in you. You have some counselors that have really believed in you. You have parents and friends and relatives that have really believed in you. And because of that, you and I just need to be excited about that. It's the enthusiasm that comes from character, not emotion. Understanding that even though we're not certain things or all kinds of things, we are still blessed people. I fly a lot, and if you fly very often, you know that very few people listen to the takeoff speech. Most of the flight attendants are reading it. They're just as bored with it as we are. But I was with a flight attendant who understood the value of enthusiasm. He took that speech, added just a little extra twist of enthusiasm, and his speech went like this. Folks, we're not anticipating a water landing today, but if we have one, take your seat, you paid for it. Which is totally different than your seat cushion serves as a floatable cushion in the event of a water landing. He said, folks, you can't smoke in the bathroom. You try to smoke in the bathroom falls out of the plane. He said, if you go to the bathroom to smoke, please shake my hand before you do that because I'll never see you again, and I'll tell your family goodbye on your behalf when we land. I started listening to this speech. He said, folks, there might be 50 ways to leave a lover. There's only 4 ways to leave this airplane, and you best know which one is closest to you. Then he proceeded to say, if you do not know how to fasten a seatbelt, you shouldn't be in public by yourself. And he concluded the speech by saying, we're going to serve the same old airplane food we always serve. Shut up and eat it. At the end of that presentation, we applauded. I have never clapped before in my life for that speech. Why? He did it with a little enthusiasm. When you get up in the morning, understand that every one of you have the opportunity to make a difference in the life of somebody else. When you get up in the morning, understand that you have something to give to people like me. And when you get up in the morning, not only be in that pursuit of excellence, which means that I'm just going to do it a little bit better today, do it with that enthusiasm that says, wow, wow. I get to do something for somebody else today that's going to make a difference. Passion. One person with passion is worth more than 99 who have an interest. I want to encourage you to understand that I have never worked a day in my life. My goal in 7th grade was to be a professional speaker, and when I was old and wise, become president of a college. It happened just the exact opposite. In 1980, at the age of 29, I was named president of a college and served in that capacity until I couldn't do it or do both. So in 1989, resigned and started doing full-time what I'm doing today. That doesn't make me anybody special, but I get to do what is my passion. One day at the college, a man calls up. He says, I want to talk to the big hog at the trough. My secretary said, pardon me. He said, I want to talk to the big hog at the trough. She goes, sir, we don't talk that way around here. Now, I think I know who you want to talk to. You change your terminology, it'll put you through. If not, you're not talking to him. He said, I want to talk to the big hog. She said, sir, he is a little overweight, but we don't talk about him that way. You call him Mr. Siemens, President Siemens, or Steve, I'll put you through. If not, you're not talking to him. He said, I want to talk to the big hog. She said, sir, you're not listening to me. He said, no, you're not listening to me. He said, I'm a pig farmer out here in northwest Iowa, just sold my hogs, want to give $100,000 to the college. She said, just a minute, the big pig just walked in. So I didn't get much respect. But you know what? I haven't worked a day in my life. This is what I love to do. And there will be things that you guys will find that you love to do. And there will be passions that you will develop, and there will be things that just are really important to you, and you'll be able to do some amazing things because of that passion. We have some good friends. They have 4 children. One's a 4th grader. He wants to be a professional speaker as I, and he tells me all the time that he's going to buy my business and I'm going to work for him someday. Probably will happen. He went to school a while back. The fire chief came and talked about what it means to work in a fire station, mentioned that the city council cut out of the budget that piece of equipment, those goggles that you put on your eyes to look into a burning building to see if there's any bodies in the building. $60,000, they cut it out of the budget. They really needed that piece of equipment. He goes home, he calls all 3 television stations in the area that he lives, says there's going to be a press conference at 5:30 in such and such a driveway. There's a very important announcement for the fire station. His parents get home at 5:15. There's cameras, reporters, there's cables, there's trucks, there's all kinds of things going on in the yard. They go in the house and they said to him, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, I called a press conference. We need to do something for the fire station." He said, "I want you to just trust me." Now, I can't explain it to you, but you just trust him. So at 5:30, out he walks with a box and a piggy bank, stands in front of the yard, in front of the reporters, and he said, "I went to school today. Fire chief came and talked about what it means to work in a fire station. Mentioned that the city council cut out of the budget that piece of equipment, those goggles that you put on your eyes to look into a burning building." And then this is what he said. "This is my dad, that's my mom, that's my house. And if my house were on fire and my mom and dad were in it, I'd want the firemen to be able to find them. I'm starting this fund to buy this piece of equipment," and he dumps his piggy bank out in a box and he says, "Dad, I have $13.85. And he turned to the camera and he said, "If you will help me with this project," you talk to my dad, and he hands the box to his dad, and he said, "Dad, here's the first $13.85. And 5 hours later, his dad had in his hand in cash $60,000. Why? Passion. I'm not your dad, and I'm not your boss. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your counselor. I'm a person that is so excited where you are today and what you've accomplished today and what you're going to do tomorrow. And if you will live with excellence, enthusiasm, and passion, it'll make a difference." Telephone rings and the voice on the other end of the phone says, "Is this Father O'Malley?" "It is." "This is the IRS. Can you help us?" "I can." "Do you know what Ted Houlihan?" "I do." "Is he a member of your congregation?" "He is." "Did he donate $10,000 to your church?" "He will." And if every one of us in this room will have a "we will" attitude, the absolute best is yet to come. And oh, by the way, if you'll live with excellence, enthusiasm, and passion, you'll be brilliant.
We'll keep this moving. Next, we're going to shift our focus to you now, our graduates. I'd like to call up our superintendent, Tom Ahart.
Congratulations, class. And now, on behalf of Administrator Richard Blonigan, the district staff, the community of Des Moines, and your teachers at Scavo Full Service High School, I am honored to confirm that the members of the Scavo High School class of 2015 have met the requirements established by the state of Iowa and our Board of Education and have demonstrated all the qualifications to receive a certificate of graduation from the Des Moines Public Schools. Esteemed School Board Vice Chair Rob Barron, as superintendent, I proudly commend to you for the presentation of diplomas the Scavo Full Service High School class of 2015.
All right, as they walk up next is the roll call of graduates. Moment they've been waiting for. So we'll say their name, they'll pause here, and they get all the stuff they've been working so hard towards. Up first, Jacqueline Alarcon. Elijah Allen. Shinesha Avant. Nakiba Blair. Aaliyah Blake. Amanda Boatwright. Skylar Breeling. Daniel Boogerine. Jacob Carter Kapaska. Denzel Cornell. Alexander Crosby Anderson. Tabitha Sear. Erica Davey. Justin DeGroot. Allison Doyle. Alexis Drake. Deshauna Edwards. Emily Fisher. Christina Flores. Omar Garcia. Martha Gurdon. Adrina Gonzalez. Justice Grannon. Alyssa Graves. Ryan Grimm. Henry Hannum. Shay Hill. Cody Hilsenbeck. Zachariah Hunt. Stashana Johnson. Mariah Jordan. Janae Kim Morris. Megan Knight. Joshua Kraber. Kyler Langford. Angel Lianos. Nigel Mock. Leticia Marquez. Ramon Martin. Bianca Mejia. Erica Miller. Brenda Montano Hernandez. Cheyenne Noble. Jade Quaid. Brianna Rawson. DJ Rife. Nicholas Rodriguez. Kirsten Ruchty. Chloe Rudy. Danielle Scar. Brandon Schaefer. Wayne Sines. DeBrian Smith. Nia Stewart. Ashlyn Streed. Bailey Swackhammer. Jessica Thomas. McKenna Wade. Miss Shayla Watson. Jorge Cepeda.
As we conclude this morning, parents, guests, please stay seated. I've got a few words that I'm going to talk with the graduates, and then we'll dismiss them. But if you'll stay seated till they leave the auditorium, and then you can follow them out. Thank you. So we'll go fast, because I know you're ready to go. It's time to move forward on the journey you began 12, 13 years ago. And this is a quote that I always like to say. Take nothing for granted in your lives and do it the right way. You'll make mistakes, learn from them, and continue to be active, positive members of our community. Take these experiences, skills, as well as talents that you have and make our community a better place. We expect great things from you. Grads, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to present the Scavo class of 2015.